All right, good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, August 27th here at 9:15. We're looking at some pre-market action. Markets are up today. We're seeing the follow through of the very strong bullish second half of the day. Right now, we've got SPY up $2.20 roughly, and most of the stocks we are following are up as well. So we are looking here at a pre-market high of SPY of 197.18. So that's a key level to watch. If we see a break of 197.18 first thing in the morning, it will be a sign of continued bullish action. So some of the stocks we pointed out on the pattern watch list from last night, make sure to check that link off the members page. But we had PCLN as a very strong looking stock closing over its 50 and 100 day moving average resistance on the daily chart. Currently not much pre-market volume with PCLN. The bid and the ask are up about $8. The bid's up $8. The ask is up $15. So we could see a nice little spike here in the morning. We have the support of the 20 period moving average on the 5-minute down at 1221. So it's opening significantly higher than its close. We also have Facebook on our bounce watch. Here's the 5-minute pre-market for Facebook. It currently just hit its high of the pre-market, which is a little bit different than we saw for SPY. So looking good with higher lows and higher highs. Nice volume coming in, currently battling the 89 psychological resistance level. Some other tickers we have for our bounce watch and potential swing trades are Sunni, obviously. We have lots of swing trading and flipping opportunities for Sunni. Nice volume spike this previous 5 minutes right here, but we want to see a break of the high of 968. Pre-market was up here at 970. That was way back at 6:30 in the morning. So I guess 970 we will call the first level of resistance. Then we got 984, which was the high of the day yesterday, and after that we've got $10, which is the psychological resistance. So keep your eye on those three levels. I expect Sunni to see some nice follow through today, but again, keep your stop losses tight as it's going to be very volatile. Also, we have I'm going to consider it a penny stock here, Any. It's $2.71. Obviously, it's not a penny stock, but yesterday we saw huge loading off the low and a nice huge handle. Wow, okay, let's try that again. A nice huge hammer formed on the daily chart, and it is pointing to a bullish reversal. If we see a green candlestick today, that will confirm the bullish reversal. This one is even more volatile than Sunni, so tight stop losses as always. Some nice gains to be made here. I expect it to move to $3 fairly quickly first thing in the morning. We'll see how it reacts to that psychological resistance level. Let's look at some of the other popular stocks. We've got Tesla. Also hit its high of the morning 15 minutes ago, which is a good sign. This volume here on the pullback is a little concerning, but you have the 20 period moving average support of 231.34 holding. The high of the morning was 232.89, so we will see if we get a break above that first thing. We got the bell here in 12 minutes. Starbucks, pretty flat with some decent volume. Trading at 54.80. It hit a high this morning of 54.94, so keep your eye on that level. Right now, though, it is trading up pre-market and holding its 20 period moving average support on all stocks we're going to be watching this morning. 20 period moving average support on the 5-minute is going to be the key strength test. If we hold that level this morning, it's going to signify a very bullish move throughout the morning. If we break that level, we're going to be looking down to 100 period moving average supports on all these 5-minute charts. ATML. Not much pre-market volume at all. We had the high of the day yesterday at 780, so watch that level. I just did PCLN. We don't have much pre-market volume, but we do have the bid and ask higher, and you can look on the pattern watch list from last night. We have a little commentary as PCLN is one of our bounce plays. We are expecting some nice bullish follow through with PCLN up to 1240 today is entirely possible, and looking at the ask of 1237, we could even test 1250 today. Baba needs to do some work to break its resistance. It's seeing at $71. We have a high of 70.99, another one here of 70.98. 71.01. So 71 is the key level to break. A close above 70 will be a great sign for BABA, as it will turn it into support, and it badly needs to find some psychological support levels and start getting some candlesticks to form above it so the bulls can step in and get a reversal going. Netflix had a bit of a pullback this morning that other stocks did not see. We had a high first thing at 115.33, currently at 113.95. So the 100 period moving average support is closer than any other stock we've looked at this morning, which means we should know fairly quickly if it is going to go bearish, if this level does break. So keep your eye on this support first thing in the morning of the 100 period moving average. And again, the 20 period moving average is going to be the first line of support at 113.53. And we got the high up here of 114.78, so a break of that will be a higher high. 10 minutes to go until the bell here. Going to have my eye on Sunni closely. Going to be covering SPY as usual, as we are seeing stocks trading hand in hand with SPY. Until that pattern changes, we're going to keep milking it. So I'm going to keep covering SPY on the 5-minute chart, and you guys are going to trade your favorite tickers based on what SPY's chart looks like, whether it's bullish or bearish. We're going to wait for the first 10 minutes here at open because it's going to be a wild, volatile ride, and we'll see where we settle down and if we can continue bullish without pulling back and filling this gap. Because right now a lot of these stocks are gapping up. We have Apple gapping up, SPY gapping up, Facebook. So that's definitely something to consider before going all in on the bull side, being aware that there are gaps there and we could see a little bit of pullback either towards the end of the day or the end of the week. But that being said, with how drastic the pullback was the past week, we could definitely see continuation of a nice 2% day following yesterday's 4% day. So if you have any other tickers, let me know. Some other ones we were watching, AA looks like a nice bottom is setting in. Nice higher highs pattern. 20 period moving average support of 838. No pre-market volume for Zoma. Need to see a close above the middle Bollinger Band on the daily chart for Zoma, 81 cents. A close above $1 psychological resistance, and it will work on filling that gap. There's a gap from $4 all the way down to about $1.50, so a lot of room for upside potential if it can turn around. And obviously that's a penny stock and very volatile. Seven minutes until the bell here. We're looking at Apple. Apple also pulled back and found support just above the 100 period moving average. We are watching the 20 period moving average, maintaining support, looking for a high over the high this morning. I'm seeing 1248. That appears to be a level to get above 1250, we'll call it. Looking at the 15-minute chart here, 20 period moving average resistance, and we've got the 100 and 200 period support way down below. Checking out the other time frames here to see where moving averages are falling into place. So we got the 200 period moving average resistance on the hourly chart. I'm just going to flip around some stocks and see if that's the case for all of them. So look at the 60-minute chart today, just because we've had a climb up and the stock price has caught up to the 60-minute major resistances of 200 period and 100 period moving averages. So those are definitely ones to keep in mind. If we get closes above those, it'll be a very bullish sign. So far, most of them I'm only seeing the 200 period moving average resistance, but the hourly chart is going to be more in play today than it has been in the past week. STCY is looking not as good as anything we've looked at, really. It's setting lower lows and lower highs. The high pre-market was 45.75, and going to need to see a bullish move to get back up there. That's a 2% drop from its high pre-market. So let's see the 60-minute chart for this one to see where the resistance is. 100 period moving average resistance of the hourly chart knocked the price down pre-market. 45.77, that's a level to keep your eye on. So again, I want to reiterate, 60-minute chart is in play today for every stock. UGAZ is back down to 170. As we know, it needs to break 175. This morning it's been between 174 and 168. 168 is support from this morning. Don't want to see a break of that level. Let me pull up the daily chart of UGAZ. Yep, it's looking like 165 support, 175 resistance is the clear cut for UGAZ. We got 5 minutes before the bell here. Microsoft found support and is now back above the 20-period moving average resistance. We had a high way back here of 43.28 and then a high of 43.24. So 43.28 is the level to break. First thing, we have the MACD here ready for a bullish cross. So Microsoft is looking pretty good pre-market, but still needs to break a higher high. Glue, not much pre-market volume to see anything. Pulling up the daily chart here. Looking like we might be getting the signs of a bullish reversal. We had a hammer yesterday, which showed the bulls bought the dip. The low was 406. It closed 420. If we break 431, we could see a quick move to the 10-day moving average resistance, which should be about 446 after the trading day today is factored in. SPY's looking like it's back over 197. Looking good pre-market, setting new highs. 197.18 was the level back here, and we are currently testing that right now. Three minutes until the bell. Here's Google. Google is in a tightening rubber band effect range, lower highs and higher lows. So we've got the support at 637.17, and it's trading right around that range. Should see fairly quickly this morning which direction it's going to go. A break of 635 is bearish, and a break of 640 is bullish. So people looking for quick day trades out there, we've got Eni and Sunni, and those can actually be swing trades as well. I wrote that on the pattern watch list. If you got a nice stop loss, these stocks are so oversold that you could see a nice swing trade, 2 to 3 day hold potentially. We're going to see Eni most likely test 10-day moving average resistance today. It was 311 yesterday. That's going to drop down to just above $3 with the open today, and we should test it fairly early in the morning. Keep your eye on volume. Volume was huge yesterday at 1.7 million. So we got 2 minutes until the bell here. If Sunni closes over $10, I expect a move to $12 within a week. Alright, so here's SPY. We're still trying to break 197.18. Got the bell here in 1 minute. We will see if we can get over 197.18 first thing. Sprint has a really big bid at 486 and is looking good for a move to 5. Whoop, it just disappeared, so someone just ate that bid up. Sprint is still looking good for a test of $5 potentially today. And here we go. Let's see how 197.18 reacts. That's a level we're looking to break here first thing. And there it is by a penny. That's not convincing enough for me. Still trading right under that range. We'll see if it can break it. That's the high of the day pre-market. Broke it by 1 penny, but again, that's enough. That's close enough to be a double top for me. We need to see that level break. PCLN is looking good at 1237. I was most bullish on PCLN after watching the past few days and how it has been able to hold up compared to other stocks. There's a wide spread on any, so keep that in mind. Not a whole lot of volume. Definitely a riskier play. Sunni's climbing up slowly. We had a high yesterday of 984. That is the level to watch. So we're seeing SPY struggle a little bit here with the 197.18, 19 level. Sunni's testing 950 support. S is looking good for a $5 test today. Here comes SPY up to test that level again. Got rejected for a second time. Here's a third attempt. Rejected again. And attempt number 4. Rejected again. So this is very interesting. Watch this 197.19 level. If we don't see that break within the next 5 minutes, we might see a little pullback here. Here we go, trying to break it. Alright, a little bit more convincing here. Okay, there we go. Bullish break. SPY's looking good this morning. Nice volume. And other stocks should be following suit. PCLN up now to 1243. Looking like 1250 is a sure thing to be tested. Sunni's up to 970 now. Hit 986 as the high of the day. The high of the day yesterday was 984. That's a good sign. Sunni RSI is at 62, so might consolidate a little bit here. 20 period moving average supports all the way down at 957, so I would wait for things to settle a little bit here rather than chasing. But SPY is looking really good. I'm going to pull up the SPY hourly chart to see where we're looking at for resistance. 100 period moving average resistance for SPY is 197.85. That's a key level to keep your eye on. Nice increasing volume here heading into the end of pre-market and the open. RSI is up at 65 on the hourly chart, so not sure if it's going to have the strength to muster through 197.85. There's Sunni now back up towards the high of the day. PCLN up to 1247. GoPro's up 3%, looking really good. So SPY just had a pretty strong pullback very quickly here. We're going to keep our eyes on it, see how it stands support, but so far that's an ugly candle to start the day on. And that is why I like to wait 10 minutes before doing anything. As you can see, my sentiment just completely changed on SPY. Sunni is seeing some 980s resistance. A break of the high of day, 986, should see a move to $10. But like I said, I expect a little bit of consolidation before trucking on through. So we could see a second bearish candle here. If we get below the 20 period moving average support of 196.62, we will be looking for more downside. Heading that way pretty quickly. Here's Sunni testing the high of the day. Apple's down $1.50 from its high. So definitely seeing a little bit of a pullback here following SPY. Any, you want to see 250 psychological support hold. If it doesn't, there's no telling where it's going to go. But a 14-cent spread has me staying far away from this stock this morning. That shows a lack of volume. There's Sunni breaking a new high a day, coming up on $10 psychological resistance test, up 7-8% today. Here we go for the $10 test. That's the high of the day right now, just got rejected from that level. Definitely a profit-taking level. People have been buying in the past 2 days since $8.10 low and figure, oh, I'll sell when it hits $10. It's a common psychological human reaction to taking profit. Here it comes up on a second attempt. We'll see if it gets rejected again. So sorry about that, John. Looks like your open buy right at the open would have been a great play for Sunni, but I can't just blindly buy like that without seeing how the market's going to shape up. Well, Jim, it paid off. Good job. There'll be more opportunities to load here. We're definitely, well, with this $10 rejection, obviously we want to see that break, but Sunni is a play these days to load the dips and flip the rips. Support at 959 of the 20 period, but also the 8 period exponential moving average at 966. Sprint's continuing its climb upward towards $5. SPY is climbing back up, trying to test its high, another 20 cents until it does. I'm pulling up the Sunni daily chart just to see where moving averages and such have updated to. 10-day moving average resistance is 1181. So a close over $10 and it's going to go to 1181 fairly quickly. Nice volume so far this morning on Sunni. Definitely seeing profit taken from the $10 level, and watch for reloading off of that resistance and then for it to break. That would be a very bullish sign. Reloading zone is in the We got one support at 970, another at 964, and another at 959. Here is SPY coming up on its high of day. 10 cents short right now. So Sunni's looking really nice here. Nice bounce off of the 4-period exponential moving average support and continuing higher. That's a strong sign. We'll see if we can get a break of $10 here. Climbing up quick. That's just a 25-cent pop in a couple minutes here from the low of this candlestick. Here's a test of $10. Some wide spreads here. 4 cents and 5 cents is pretty wide with Sunni. So we did see a higher high of SPY. All things looking bullish still. We're now 10 minutes into the trading day and things are pointing bullish. Big ask on Sunni at 995. If that level breaks, it'll be a good sign that 10 is next. Here's SPY setting a new high. So the market's telling us it has some strength in this bullish continuation. We saw the first 5 minutes, it pulled back, found support, and now we're heading higher. Watching volume. Sunni 995 is the resistance level to watch. We saw a big ask appear there. SPY slow and steady, setting new highs. Here's the 995 mark on Sunni that just was broken, heading up to $10 now. There's a break of $10 and we are bullish. Looking good, Sunni, up 9% today. Tesla has seen a very bullish start to the day. Pulling up the daily chart for Tesla to see where resistance is as Sunni continues to climb to 10.09. We've got resistance for Tesla at 238.60. That's the 10-day moving average resistance. We'll see how it reacts to that. Support is 229.25. Pulling up the daily chart for PCLN. 1247.22 is the 10-day moving average resistance that it is struggling with a bit right now. After that level, we don't have any resistance until 1273. Middle Bollinger Band on the daily. So here's Sunni setting a new high, looking very, very nice. I'm going to watch for any kind of pullback here on Sunni, as I suggested dips are getting loaded. There's a new high, continuing to go. Congratulations any members that bought Sunni at any point this morning or have been holding from yesterday. S is hitting its high here now, 490, 10 more cents until the $5 mark. Look at Sunni go, 1023 high. Checking out AA on the daily chart here. 10-day moving average resistance is 882. Seeing confirmation of the bullish reversal right now. We saw doji yesterday, and we're seeing a nice green candlestick today. After 882, we're looking at $9 psychological, and then middle Bollinger Band 924. So Sunni's looking great. Might need some time for its support to catch up to it. Let's check out the hourly chart of Sunni. No resistance on the hourly in sight. We've got 30-minute 100 period moving average support currently of 993. Key level to watch on a pullback here, 993. Also have support on the 15-minute 200 period at 996. $993 and $996 are the support levels we are watching. RSI was up over 70, so definitely needs to cool off. SPY is attempting a high of day, just hit 197.60, the high is 64. So here's the pullback of Sunni. Keep your eye on 993, and if that falls, we will be looking on the 5-minute chart at these support levels, 980 potentially. SPY seeing a little consolidation. The RSI hit 70 and is pulling back a little bit. So here's Sunni dropping down now, looking at 980 as the 8-period exponential moving average. Keep your eye on volume here on the pullback as a gauge of just how strong this pullback is. So SPY is consolidating a bit. We'll see if it holds the 197 level. Finding its range for the morning. GoPro continuing upwards, now up 4%. I'm going to pull up the daily chart for GoPro just to see how much of a bullish reversal we have shaping up here. GoPro, we're looking for a break of 48.95. That was the high yesterday. And after 48.95, I would expect 50 psychological resistance to be tested. Watching SPY at 197. Sunni down to 980. Following SPY, it appears. Is the 197 break. Got the 20-period moving average support of 196.76, which would be a new low of day, but we're watching that level closely. And again, checking the hourly charts to see where resistance was. And we saw resistance here at 197.85, and we had a high of day for SPY at 21 cents below that. So that's where we're pulling back from right now. There's S hitting another new high of the day. Sunni's down to 975, so this is definitely a dip opportunity. We'll see if it can find support on the 20-period moving average, which is down at 964. Currently still holding the 8-period exponential moving average of 977. 1 minute left to go in this candlestick. Should see a little bit of a decrease in volume. PCLN did hit a high of 1250. I believe that's what was pointed out last night on the pattern watch list. SPY is able to maintain this 197 at the moment. We'll see how long that can hold up. SUNY seeing a little bit of a bounce here off of the 8-period exponential moving average. On the 15-minute chart for SUNY, we have the resistance now was unable to hold, so that resistance is 996 and 993 on the 30-minute chart. So those are key levels. You can see these two charts not looking great in terms of being rejected by that resistance. But the day is still young, and it was definitely overbought in the first 15 minutes of the trading day. There's SPY testing 197 again. UWTI is up 10%. That means oil is doing well today. UGAS is down to 167. We got support on UGAS of 165 and resistance of 175. Watching SUNY here, seeing a little tight range consolidation. Looking good. So far, buying the dips has paid off for SUNY. We'll see if that pattern maintains throughout the day. Certainly very volatile. Stop losses are key with SUNY. There's SPY seeing a nice bounce off of 197. Finding support here. The low of the previous candlestick was 196.94. 196.97 was this low. So a higher low set. I'm seeing SUNY and SPY trading very closely hand in hand today. That's worth noting. Still holding that 197 level on SPY. So that's a good sign as long as that keeps up. 196.81 is now the 20-period moving average support. Looking for a low of day test if we do get under 197. Keeps flipping back and forth here. Still a higher low than the previous candlestick. Not anymore. So 196.81 is going to be tested. The 20-period moving average support. We had the parabolic SAR just flip to a sell. If we see a new low of the day below 196.78, I expect 196 flat to be tested this morning. And that means SUNY is going to drop with it. Or at least so far that's been the pattern. Sprint is still holding up strong. Here comes a low of the day test for SPY. Again, if we see a break of the low of the day, I expect a 80-cent drop to 196 this morning. Still holding on though. So very close to breaking that low of day level. Hanging on by a thread here. Not anymore, new low of day. So SPY is now short term looking bearish just for some more consolidation down to the 100 period moving average support of 196.09. $196.09 100 period moving average support on the 5-minute. Coming down to test that low of the day right now of 196.54. SUNY keeps seeing really nice 10-15 cent swings. Definitely in play today. So the bull's trying to get back over this 196.84 20 period moving average support by the end of the close of this candlestick, which still has 3 minutes left to go. Watching very closely here, this candlestick's pretty important with this 20 period moving average support. SUNY, look at that beautiful bounce off the 20 period moving average support. A low of 965 and currently at 985, 20-cent move in less than 5 minutes. It's a really good sign holding that support that strongly. One minute left to go in this candlestick. Needs to get over 196.83 to be a bullish close on this candlestick. Bulls are trying here. Seconds left to go. It's going to be down to the wire, and it closed just below it. Resistance is now 196.88, and we'll see if we get a new low of day. SUNY with a really nice bounce from 965 to 990. So that's some divergence right here we're seeing now in SUNY's bullish action, while SPY is just testing low of the day right now. Just held it. SUNY a nice 30 cents bounce from its 20 period moving average support. New low of day on SPY. Leaning bearish until these charts show us otherwise. So PCLN 1250 psychological resistance was a beautiful short or put entry. There's SUNY hitting $10 now. Nice 35-cent bounce. That's going to be psychological resistance again and support every time it hits it in either direction. I'm going to sign off here in 5 minutes and continue in the chat room. It's not crazy enough action that it can't be covered there. So we are seeing the bulls buying up a little bit of this dip with these two lower candles. We still have 4 minutes left to go in this candlestick, but if it were to form like this, it would be a sign of bullish strength, buying the dip off 196.50. SUNY's continuing well, breaking $10. Although it is still struggling with it, so watch that $10 level. Facebook hit $90 today. I believe that was on the pattern watch list target as well. PCLN support is 1233 on the 5-minute chart. I gave you the daily support and resistance this morning. Let's see what the 60-minute chart looks like. Resistance is the 100 period moving average of 1246.58. For Tesla, we're looking at resistance. Well, it's actually currently support. We've got support at 234.06, resistance at 239.67. On the 5-minute chart, we have resistance at the high of the day, 237.30, and support is going to be the 20 period moving average of 232.92. Tesla's looking good. I expect it to consolidate, let the RSI cool off. The RSI was over 70. Looking like we could test the 20 period moving average and set a higher low before continuing onward. SUNY's looking really good here, just at 10.12, making its way back towards the high of the day. So far SUNY has showed us that buying the dips pays off, as it is in a bullish uptrend. Here's GoPro holding 20 period moving average support nicely. That support is 48 flat, we'll call it right now. Setting a lower high. We'll see if it sets a higher low. The level to watch on that low is 47.86. So 47.86, 48 are both support levels. The resistance is 48.70. Today's high of day and yesterday's high of day was 48.84, I believe. So watching this volume for SPY, slightly decreasing, but close enough that I wouldn't look at that as a sign of the bears tiring. Right now the bears are in control, and we're going to see where support can be found. Make sure on all the 5-minute charts and such you're watching the RSI for oversold or overbought conditions. Today, a lot of stocks, once they were over the RSI of 70, that's when they started seeing their consolidation step in. That's what SPY was seeing. I'm pulling up the GoPro daily chart to see what the reversal is looking like here. Got to break 49. If it breaks 49, there's some room for an upward move of at least 2%. Not saying that will happen today because it is already up 4%, but a close above 49 would be a good sign for continuation and a potential swing trade for GoPro. So here's SPY hitting a new low. Continuing on downward, we're going to test this 100 period moving average support of 196.12. Every 5 minutes goes by, it creeps up a little bit, a couple more pennies, so keep your eye on that. Going to sign off in 1 minute here. Sunni seeing a pretty steep pullback. Here's the lower high. We'll see if it can set a higher low. The level to watch is 965. Want a higher low than that. We got support at 969. Don't forget your stop losses today, everybody. We are cautiously bullish again, same as yesterday. Nice start to today, but the pullback here is giving some of those gains back. We'll see if we close. I'm sure we're closing most of the gaps that we saw on the open today with this bit of consolidation. So that could be a good sign. See the gaps fill on the daily chart and then a stronger bullish move upwards. Glad to hear it, Lodi. Saw some nice continuation today for both GoPro and Win. So still watching SPY in this downtrend, still watching volume and RSI. RSI is at 43, still has a way to go before oversold. I'm going to sign off here in a minute, and I will see you guys in the chat room. Alright, thanks for tuning in. I'm actually going to leave my fidelity up for you guys to view on this webcam. I'm just going to unplug the mic and talk typing. So thanks for tuning in.